She laughed loudly, flipping her hair. Every corner she passed, she raised her phone slightly, as though the sunlight itself needed permission to bounce off its polished surface. Olivia screamed, "My phone! Somebody stop him! My phone!" But the street only stared. Some shook their heads. Some trying to save the situation but could not find the thief. A few muttered, "Put your phone in your bag-o, before somebody collects it from you."
Olivia had a phone, but now she's all alone. She thought
The kids in her compound sang for her. In the city where lights never sleep and people measure their worth by what they own, there lived a young woman named Olivia. Olivia was not poor, but she was not rich either. She had food to eat, clothes to wear, and a roof over her head. But in her heart, none of it was enough. Because when she scrolled through her phone every night, she saw something that burned her soul like fire. She saw girls her age posing with the latest phones. Slim iPhones with shining Apple logos that caught the sun in every picture. She saw their selfies, flawless with filters. She saw their videos, their handbags, their followers, their fame. And she whispered to herself, "If only I had that phone, my life would change. Everyone would finally see me." Olivia's old phone was cracked, its battery swollen. Sometimes it froze in the middle of a call, other times it died before noon. But worse than all of that, it was outdated. In her eyes, carrying it was a badge of shame. Everywhere she went, she hid it quickly, afraid someone might notice. When friends snapped group photos, she avoided bringing hers out. And when she posted online, she begged Bella, her childhood friend, to send her pictures so people would never know the truth. One afternoon, as they sat outside their compound, Bella looked at Olivia and said softly, "Livy, why do you care so much? Phone is just a tool. It doesn't define you." Olivia laughed bitterly. "Why is it so easy for you to say, Bella? Is it because nobody mocks you? Nobody ignores you? But me. People look at me and see nothing. With the right phone I will be somebody. I will be respected." Bella shook her head. "Respect is not in a phone. It's in who you are." But Olivia had stopped listening. The seed of envy was already growing roots in her heart. That night, she lay awake staring at the ceiling. She thought of girls who once envied her beauty but now looked down on her. She remembered the mocking voice of Fred, one of the compound boys who sneered, "Olivia, when will you throw away that stone you're carrying? Even my little cousin has a better phone than you." The laughter of his friends still echoed in her ears. She clenched her fists under the bedsheet. "I will show them. I will prove to everyone that I am not nothing." From that day Olivia changed. She became obsessed. Every kobo she earned from small work she saved. Every favor she could beg she did. She skipped meals, avoided helping her mother with bills, and lied to Bella about why she was always broke. She scrolled online, checking the prices again and again, whispering, one day it will be mine." But Olivia's hunger was not just for a phone. It was for the life she thought came with it, the likes, the fame, the respect, the envy. She wanted not just to buy an iPhone. She wanted to buy attention. And attention always comes at a cost. Olivia's days became darker, not because the sun refused to shine, but because her heart refused to see anything else but her dream. She avoided the laughter of children in the compound. She avoided her mother's soft voice calling her to share meals. Even Bella, her closest friend, began to feel the distance. Whenever Bella tried to talk about plans for the future, about saving to start a small business, Olivia would wave her hand and mutter, "Business can wait. For now, I need to fix my image." Bella worried. She saw how Olivia skipped breakfast, how her clothes grew older, how she avoided responsibilities. But Olivia brushed it all aside. "When I have the iPhone, all of this will change. You'll see," she told herself. Weeks turned into months. Slowly, her savings grew, though never enough. She started borrowing. "Just for a week," she told Daniel, one of the young men in the compound. "I'll pay you back when my cousin sends me money." Daniel hesitated, but Olivia's charm was hard to resist. He gave her the money, though his eyes narrowed with suspicion. She borrowed from John too, weaving stories about emergencies. She owed Fred, she owed Joe. And yet, the fire inside her would not let her stop. Bella confronted her one evening. "Olivia, you're drowning yourself. All this money you borrow, for what? Is it worth it?" Olivia's voice rose, her eyes blazing. "Yes, it is worth it. When I walk into the city with my iPhone, people will know who I am. They will respect me. Don't you get it, Bella? This is my ticket out of shame." Bella's voice trembled. "No, Livy. It's your ticket into deeper shame." But Olivia turned away, unwilling to listen. Finally, after months of sacrifice, lies, and debts, the day came. She walked into a sleek store in the city, her palms sweaty, her heart racing. The lights inside gleamed on glass shelves, and in the center, under perfect spotlights, lay the object of her obsession, the iPhone. Her fingers trembled as she handed over the money. Borrowed, saved, stolen from her own future. The cashier placed the slim white box in her hands. For a moment, Olivia forgot the world. Her eyes filled with tears. She held the box close to her chest as if it were a newborn child. When she left the store, she was no longer Olivia the mocked. She was Olivia the admired. The very next day, she strutted through the compound, the new iPhone in her hand like a crown. Neighbors gasped. Men stared. Fred, who once mocked her, now smiled sweetly. "Olivia, you didn't tell us you were upgrading. This one fits you well." She laughed loudly, flipping her hair. Every corner she passed, she raised her phone slightly, as though the sunlight itself needed permission to bounce off its polished surface. Selfies filled her gallery. Captions filled her page. "Don't hate me, upgrade yourself. Levels have changed. Boss lady vibes only." And the likes poured in. Men flooded her inbox. Women whispered, "When did Olivia rise like this?" Bella shook her head sadly, but even she could not deny that Olivia now had the attention she craved. Olivia believed she had one. But victory built on vanity is fragile. And soon the cracks began to show. Olivia's rise was like fire in dry grass. Quick, bright, impossible to ignore. Everywhere she went, her phone led the way. In the market, she held it high as she snapped pictures of herself beside stalls, careful to angle the Apple logo so that anyone watching could see. In the street, she walked slower than usual, pretending to type long messages, just to show the world she now carried what many only dreamed of. The men noticed. Fred, who once mocked her, now lingered around her door. He would laugh loudly whenever she passed, trying to catch her attention. "Olivia, you look finer every day. That phone fits you like it was made for you." John, the one who lent her money, grew bolder. He brought gifts, small jewelry, boxes of snacks, anything to make her smile. "Olivia, allow me to take you out," he begged. Even Daniel, who had sworn never to trust her again, found himself drawn back. He whispered one evening, "Olivia, forgive me for doubting you. You're shining now. Let me be by your side." Olivia basked in it all. She laughed louder, her heels clicked sharper, her gowns grew shorter. She became the queen of the compound, and she wore the title proudly. But Bella saw what others did not. She saw the pile of debts Olivia refused to pay. She saw how Olivia dodged the neighbors she owed, slipping away before they could ask for their money back. She saw the dark circles under her friends' eyes from sleepless nights spent online, chasing likes, chasing validation. One evening, Bella approached her gently. "Livy," she said softly, "you think you're flying but you're falling. This phone will not save you. It will destroy you." Olivia scoffed, tossing her hair. "Bella, stop sounding like an old woman. Look at me, everyone admires me now. They beg for my attention. My life has changed. And I can snap good Instagram pictures now." Bella's eyes filled with sadness. "Yes, but not for the better." Olivia turned away, unwilling to hear. The weeks rolled on, and the glow of her new life began to fade. Her debts grew louder than her laughter. Daniel knocked on her door, demanding the money she borrowed. John reminded her of his loan. Even Fred whispered darkly, "Olivia, don't forget what you owe." But Olivia had no answer. Her money was gone, swallowed by clothes, makeup, and endless outings to show off her phone. And then came the day that sealed her fate. It was a Saturday, the city buzzing with life. Olivia dressed in her best gown, painted her face with perfect makeup, and slipped her phone into a glittering case. She was going to a party, one where she knew all eyes would be on her. As she walked down the busy street, heads turned. The iPhone gleamed in her hand as she snapped pictures. She smiled at strangers, tilting her head, enjoying the weight of envy in their eyes. Then, in a heartbeat, it happened. Her phone was snatched from her hand. She spun around, her heart in her throat, but before Olivia could scream, the thief was already gone, swallowed by the sea of people. Olivia screamed, "My phone! Somebody stop him! My phone!" But the street only stared. Some shook their heads. Some trying to save the situation but could not find the thief. A few muttered, "So that's how she lost her phone, too bad, please put your phone in your bago before somebody collects it from you." Olivia stumbled, her knees weak. She searched desperately, but the phone, her pride, her crown, her life was gone. The news spread like wildfire. By evening, the compound buzzed with gossip. "Have you heard? Olivia's phone was stolen." Chai, after all that noise. She thought she was better than us, now see her. Fred smirked. John shrugged. Daniel laughed cruelly. Only Bella's eyes held pity. That night, Olivia sat in her dark room, her hands empty, her face streaked with tears. All the pictures, all the likes, all the attention. Gone in an instant. The very thing she worshipped had betrayed her. And for the first time, she understood Bella's words. The next morning, the compound was alive with whispers, like bees circling sweet fruit. But this sweetness was gossip, and Olivia was the feast. Children sang cruel little songs in the courtyard. Olivia had a phone. But now she's all alone. She thought she was the star. Now she can't go far. They sang it over and over until the compound echoed with their tune. Olivia tried to ignore them, but the words pressed into her heart like hot iron. The women at the tap were no better. They spoke loudly, making sure Olivia could hear every word. See her walking like she owns the world. Where is the phone now? Ah, my sister, thieves know fake pride when they see it. That's why they targeted her. Better she learns now, before pride kills her completely. The men were harsher. Fred leaned against the wall, smirking as Olivia passed. "Olivia, why so quiet today? Where is your toy? Did the thief steal your beauty too?" His friends roared with laughter. John crossed his arms, his face dark. "So, you can't even keep the phone you bought with borrowed money? When will you pay me back, Olivia? Or do you expect me to forget?" Daniel added his sting. "I knew it, you were never real. Just a show-off." Every word pierced her heart like a knife. Olivia walked quickly, her head bowed, wishing the ground would open and swallow her. Her once proud steps now dragged. Her once loud laughter now silenced. She locked herself in her room, but the walls could not keep out the noise of mockery. She curled on her bed, tears soaking her pillow. The phone was gone. But worse than the phone was the truth it carried away. The truth that she had built her life on sand. Her debts remained. Her shame grew. The respect she thought she had earned vanished like smoke. That evening, Bella entered quietly, carrying a small bowl of food. She placed it on the table and sat beside Olivia, who refused to lift her head. "Livy," Bella whispered, "you are not finished. This is not the end. Phone does not make you. Phone cannot define you. Only you can." Olivia sobbed. "But they all laughed at me. They all mocked me. I thought it would change everything." Bella held her hand firmly. "It did change everything, but not in the way you wanted. Now you see the truth. Chasing fake things only brings real pain. But you can rise again. Not by pretending but by being real. Love yourself first, then the world will follow." Olivia's tears slowed. For the first time in months, her heart felt something other than envy. Felt relief. Relief that the chase was over, even if it ended in shame. Days turned into weeks, but the sting of humiliation did not fade quickly. Every time Olivia stepped outside, eyes followed her, not with admiration but with ridicule. Conversations stopped when she passed, followed by muffled laughter. At the water tap, two women giggled openly. "Do you remember when she carried that phone like a queen's crown?" "Yes, oh, now see her empty hands. Pride has no hiding place." Olivia heard them clearly, but for once she did not reply. She filled her bucket, lifted it slowly, and walked away with quiet dignity. The men, too, tried to sting her. Fred whistled. "Olivia, take it easy. Maybe the thief will bring your phone back." Laughter erupted again. But this time Olivia simply smiled faintly and kept walking. It was not an act of weakness. It was the first sign of strength. Inside her room she began to change. The mirror that once tortured her became her friend again. She no longer stared at herself in hatred. Instead she tied her scarf, wore her simple clothes and whispered, "I am enough." She began to pour her energy into something new. With Bella's encouragement, she started selling small goods in the market. It was hard, humble work. She stood in the sun for hours, bargaining with customers, carrying her basket from one corner to another. But each coin she earned felt heavier with meaning than all the borrowed money she once wasted. Some days she returned home exhausted, her feet sore, her voice hoarse. But in her heart there was peace. Peace she had not known in months. Bella often joined her, and together they built something small but real. And in those moments, Olivia realized she had something far more valuable than any phone. She had a friend who never gave up on her. One evening, as they closed from the market, Olivia whispered, "Bella, thank you. You stood by me when even I could not stand by myself." Bella smiled. "That's what true friends do, Livy. But more than me, thank yourself. You chose to rise again." The gossip continued, of course. Some neighbors still mocked, others still whispered. But their voices grew weaker in her heart. Because Olivia had learned the truth. A truth she wished she had known earlier. That no phone, no dress, no appearance could ever replace self-worth. One evening, as the sun dipped low and painted the compound in gold, Bella and Olivia sat together, watching children play. Olivia smiled, a real smile this time, not one forced for pictures. Bella looked at her and said softly, "You see, Livy, you didn't need that phone. You only needed yourself." And Olivia nodded, tears glistening in her eyes. "Yes, Bella. See it now. I chased a lie. And almost lost myself. But never again. From today I choose me." And Olivia's life became a reminder that sometimes, it takes losing everything to finally find yourself.